What the Men Want is a loose remake of the 2000 film What the Women Want starring Mel Gibson. And it stars Taraji P. Henson, Richard Roundtree, Tracy Morgan, and the plot of this movie is Allie Davis is a successful sports agent who is constantly boxed out by her male colleagues. When Allie is passed up by a well-deserving partnership at her firm, she questions what more she needs to do to succeed in a man's world, until she gains the ability to hear a man's thoughts. From an encounter with a psychic, with her newfound power, Allie looks to outsmart her colleagues as she races to sign the next basketball superstar. But the lengths she has to go to will put her relationship with her three best friends, office assistant, and the potential new love interest to the test. And you do get the consequences of her ability to hear a man's thoughts. While also at the same time, you do have the subplot with Tracy Morgan trying to reconnect with his son, Jamal. What Men Want, I don't know how to put this without sounding like ranting, but it's not the worst thing ever. It's far from being one of the worst movies of the year, but this movie does suffer a bit. It does suffer a bit, and the things that this movie definitely does suffer from is mostly at times the movie is not very funny as you expect it to be. There's a lot of jokes that doesn't really hit here, and it doesn't really come close to being funny, and it pretty much makes the comedy in this movie mostly forgettable. And there are some moments that I actually laughed at, some jokes I actually didn't mind, but most of the jokes are not very well handled and not very well interesting at all, and that definitely does come into play in terms of the movie's dialogue, because the dialogue is very lackluster here. Not to mention, this is a loose remake of What Women Want, and it definitely does show, because you're kind of just following the same exact beat of that movie, but that movie is better than this one. This movie, for a comedy, is an hour and 57 minutes too long. It doesn't really need to be that long. Comedies should only be like an hour and something minutes, or at least 80 something minutes. But you're stretching this out to the point where it just feels overlong. And this movie does fall into the trap of being your typical female empowerment movie, and it treats all the guys like they're a bunch of jerks. And I do not like that when it comes to female empowerment movies. I don't mind having a female empowerment movie, like for example, Wonder Woman, Captain Marvel, and the Battle Angel. But What Men Want, it just falls into a trap. And the trap that it does fall into is basically what, like I just said, you're treating the guys like they're nothing. But it does sound like I'm being too harsh, but that's mainly because this movie is basically forgettable. I'll say this, the acting is not really the problem. Taraji P. Henson, Oscar nominee, she's a great actress. I liked her ever since Baby Boy. She does great here, and she does the best she can here. You also got Tracy Morgan. It's good to see him in another movie after his whole accident, his whole personal thing going on with him. His scenes with his son are my favorite parts of the movie because I like to see a good father and son relationship or a family relationship in movies, and at times it really does feel heartfelt, and it definitely brought it home. I'll say that Richard Roundtree, he's also pretty good as well. The three best friends are really cool. I didn't mind Wendy McLendon Covey, who was in the Single Moms Club and Goosebumps 2, and I think she's on one Tyler Perry show. I don't know which one it is, but I think she's really funny and she's very pretty. The rest of the cast, however, Tamala Jones, Aldous Hodge, Kellen Lutz, the rest of the actors I just generally didn't like. I do like the music too, and it is a well shot film at times, a lot. But overall, What Men Want is just a movie, mostly unfunny, mostly forgettable comedy, fantasy, romance film, and it just treats the guys like they're nothing, which is the biggest negative here. And also, you play it way too safe here. You play it way too safe here. So What Men Want, I can't say I hate the movie, but I can't say I like the movie either. At the end of the day, I just don't really care for this movie. So that's all I have to say with What Men Want. I'm gonna be fair, and I'm gonna give this a middle badly. If people like this movie, I definitely see a fan base for it, but ultimately it just doesn't work for me. I'm sorry, it just doesn't work for me. So let me know what you guys think of What Men Want in the comments down below. Do you like it? Do you not like it? I will see you guys in the next video. Be sure to follow my social media links down below. I am Joshua from Future Filmmaker 3940 Reviews. You guys keep it cool and join the Epitastic.